What's up, guys? This is Bo with Simply Sold, and I just wanted to come to you really quick and make a quick video for you about a really interesting topic. How to sell your house with code violations here in the Louisville, Kentucky area. I would say that this topic right here is probably one of the hottest topics that we talk about for one reason, is because in our city where we live here in Louisville, Kentucky, that's where we do most of our business, the city is pretty tough to deal with. And if you're a landlord or a property owner and you have dealt with them, you probably realize that it can be very difficult to deal with them in this scenario. And here's a couple things that you should think about, right? If you're trying to sell a property with code violations, this is a couple things that you want to think about, right? So number one would be, you need to find the right buyer. You got to find somebody who is willing to take your property and understands the situation. And this is going to be a quick video. It brings us right to number two. Setting the expectations of what you expect out of this. What are you really wanting out of this deal? What are you wanting out of the sale of this? How much do you want to profit? And really understanding that if you have code violations on your property, that you're going to take a little hit financially, because if you haven't paid all of those and your grass is growing tall and people are having to clean up the gutters, the city, especially around here, if you have code violations and you want to sell your house, they're going to want to collect their money. They really are very serious about that. Very serious, as I'm sure you're aware of. And the next thing I bring up this topic is, make sure that if you're talking to somebody like a buyer like ourselves, disclose everything that you know. And here's the reason why. Because it takes a lot of the pressure off of us as a buyer, because we're going to have to go on and research every little thing about it. And it's all going to come out anyway. So you're not going to hide anything from a buyer like ourselves, because we use credible attorneys and they're going to do a title search. We don't just come to your house and give you a piece of paper and you sign it over and sign your life away and give us the house without us doing any kind of work. We go through attorneys, a title company, we have title insurance. A lot of the stuff that we do, maybe a lot of other people don't, but we do. We take our time and we pay attorneys to make sure that things are done right to protect yourselves and us. And so make sure that you disclose everything. So if you know that you've had 300 grass cutting violations, which is a little extreme, but if you know that you've had that, please let us know, because it's going to make things go a lot easier for us. This is really, really important, this part here. Make sure if there's nobody living in the house and no one's taking care of the property and it's just falling into greater and greater disrepair, I want you to do this one thing. Make sure that you're getting over there and get somebody, at least if you can't do it, make sure you get somebody to cut the grass and make sure that stuff's not hanging off the house, like the gutters or anything. Trees aren't over on the house, because that's how you basically are waving a flag and saying, hey, come over here and find me. So make sure the grass is cut and there's not trash laying all over the place, because they can find you a lot of money for that. They're the most expensive grass cutting crew in the city, and they will make you pay. Typically, it's about $300 per grass cut, which is extremely, extremely expensive. Here's the last but not least, don't sell yourself short. If you've got a nice property or property that you want to get rid of, don't just sell it to anybody that comes along. Make sure that you're selling it to somebody who's going to do their due diligence and do what's right, steer you in the right direction, and make sure that all of these problems go away and don't come back to bite you later on. Because if you do it and you try to sell it on the quick and you don't really get all the bang for your buck, so to speak, you can sell yourself short and it can come back to haunt you down the road. You want to make sure you do this with a nice clean transaction and it's done and you're done with it. So if you have a property with code violations right here in Louisville, Kentucky, I want you to give me a call. Go to our website, simplysold.com. You can reach out to me. I'll personally be dealing with you. I love what I do, and this is a very, very common issue in this city, is code violations. Major issue here. So don't feel alone or abandoned. There's lots of people going through this, but if you want to sell your house, sell it the simple way. Go to simplysold.com, reach out to us, and I would love to work with you and help you out in this situation. So for now, I'm Bo with Simply Sold. Have a great day.